Magandang umaga Central Luzon, magandang umaga Pilipinas. Ang ating pong nakikita ngayon ay ang pagbisita ni Administrator Arnel Ignacio ng OWA at kaharap po itong mga opisyal ng Bureau of Customs dito sa Clark International Airport.
Siguro po sir, we'll start how we prepared the incident report. We also submitted this to the national office.
And isa pa, kasi alam ko naman, mga ganitong bagay, when it goes viral and when it is about OFW concerns, biglang namumura lahat ito eh. Namumura lahat ng tools, it was to be subject to the court of public opinion.
Yes.
Ang hirap ng i-manage kapag kagano. That's why, nung nakita ko siya, in-message ko, sabi ko ako kausapin mo, kaysa sagot ka rin sagot sa mga kaya lang yun nga, maiipit tayo lahat. Kasi alam niyo naman, pag lumabas ka sa social media, it's raising a number of views. Biglang yung rules, mahihirapan tayo paliwanag. So, ang pakay namin, first, like to understand the rules very well so we can help explain.
Right.
Second, if there are things in our mind na mas makakatulong kung pwede natin, meron ba tayong pwedeng modify, we'll share our thoughts about it. But the goal is, we'd like to carry the problem with you. Kasi nga, yung messaging ng mga ganito, mahirap eh. Mahirap. Lalo pa yung ganyan, binuna, and then, mahirap siya na ito. So, we'd like to be enlightened and brief kung paano po tayo.
Okay. Yes, sir. Actually, all of the information naman po, no, ito, nag-prepare po tayo ng guidelines para sa ating arrival travelers, regardless whether they are OFW, Philippine citizens, or foreigners. So, joining into the Philippines, papasok po ng Pilipinas, nandito din po lahat ng information sa mga duty and tax-free privileges. Kasama po dyan ang information tungkol sa privileges na nai-enjoy po ng ating mga manimbayan at ng ating mga OFW. So, siguro po, mas maganda if we zero in on the tax privileges ng ating returning na OFWs. So, this is in addition to sa privileges that are granted to returning residents. Yung mga returning OFWs po natin shall have the additional privilege to bring in tax and duty-free home appliances and other durables limited to one of every kind once in a given calendar year, accompanying them on their return. So one of each kind of appliance, if we're talking about appliances po, and this privilege can be enjoyed once po every year. So pag-accompany po, ibig sabihin na dala nila or arriving within 60 days after their return kapag pinadala naman po nila yung subject matter, yung commodity, and they chose to bring it in through a logistics company. Any amount in excess of the value of 150,000 pesos or of the number of tax and duty-free commodities shall be subject to the corresponding taxes and duties. Yung pag-compute po natin ng duties and taxes, nakabase po ito sa ASEAN Harmonized Tariff Nomenclature, yung tinatawag natin AHTN. This is a set of rules, a book of rules po na sinusunod ng Republika ng Pilipinas at ng lahat ng mga members ng ASEAN para pantay-pantay po, uniforme ang ating pag-levy ng duties and taxes. So ano po ba yung extent ng duty and tax privilege for our overseas Filipinos? So kasama po dito, cover dito ang professional instruments and implements, tools of trade nila for their occupation and employment, wearing apparel of course, domestic animals, and personal and household effects. Ito po ay exempt from duties and taxes provided that meron po tayong conditions that these are for their own use and not for barter or sale. These are accompanying such persons or arriving within a reasonable time. Yung 6 months na nabanggit ko po earlier, 6 months after, within that period ng pagdating po ng pasahero. Such persons are actually coming to settle in the Philippines. So, fourth po, the condition, the goods are brought from their place of abode, kung saan po sila nanggaling, na ang origin po nila. Panlima, vessels, aircrafts, vehicles, machineries, and other similar goods for use in manufacture are excluded from this privilege. Natural, pag masyado na pong highly dutiable yung commodity, hindi po siya pasok sa exemption ng ating returning overseas Filipinos. So meron pa po bang ibang mga privileges na granted? Meron pa po. OFWs or other Filipinos while residing abroad or upon their return sa Pilipinas, allowed po sila to bring in or send to their families, relatives in the Philippines, balikbayan boxes, which shall be exempt from applicable duties and taxes under the Customs Modernization and Tariff Act, as well as the NIRC, National Internal Revenue Code, now as amended po. Conditions naman po dito, or the enumeration, A, balikbayan boxes shall contain personal and household effects only. Pangalawa po, yung value shall not exceed 150,000 pesos. So, the privilege lang po is hanggang sa 150,000 pesos na value. Anything in excess of this, taxable na po siya. Yung pangatlo po, pwede ito na gamitin yung privilege up to 3 times in a calendar year. At panghuli, any amount in excess of the allowable, non-dutiable, or non-taxable value shall be subject to applicable duties and taxes. Yun ang yung in excess of 150,000 pesos. Na mandatory po sa lahat ng ating international ports of entry, customs po may jurisdiction sa pag-clear ng ating goods na dumarating. We subject them to non-inclusive examination. Ibig sabihin, gumagamit po tayo ng x-ray machines para po sa ating mga check-in luggage as well as hand-carried luggage po natin. Based on our data that we have gathered from the many years the Bureau of Customs has been present in our international ports of entry, vulnerable area po talaga na kailangan nating bantayan ng ating mga airports for various reasons. Hindi lang po taxable items ang hinahanap natin na kailangan nating bantayan, kundi possible po na halimbawa pagkain o tanim that can damage our flora and fauna. Meron po rin tayong mga pinagbabawal na drugs or pagkain na kailangan po ng mga clearances from the regulatory agencies. So these are one of the many things na kailangan pong bantayan ng Bureau of Customs pagdating po sa pag-clear natin ng mga goods. So, hand-carried luggage, as I have mentioned, kasama po ito na check. So after pag-clear ng pasahero po natin na dumarating sa Bureau of Immigration, nandun naman po kami sa likod para na-x-ray po lahat ng mga hand-carried luggage. In both instances, kapag checked-in luggage or hand-carried you, meron po nakita na suspect items, this will be subjected to physical examination. Kapag nag-physical examination po tayo, cross-refer po natin ito sa declaration na pinifill up ng ating arriving passengers, regardless man po kung Filipino o foreigner. Ganun din po ang rules ng iba't ibang bansa. This is mandatory. And we subscribe to best practices ng lahat ng customs administrations and services worldwide. So this is a standard practice. We've also instructed our different carriers, airlines, na dapat airborne pa lang po, and I think this is also something that is familiar to you. When the aircraft is still airborne and about to land, the flight crew already makes the announcement and distributes the declaration form. Ang maganda po ngayon is that we have migrated our systems online. Meron po tayong tinatawag na e-travel para po mas madali, mas convenient sa ating pasahero ang kanilang pag-fill up ng detalye para sa immigration clearance as well as sa customs clearance. Dito po sa Clark tayo lang po yung airport na meron tayong mga digital billboards and we have, this is locally prepared, no, na parang information video for them how to do it in several languages including in Tagalog so that everybody knows kung paano po tayo mag-fill up dun sa e-travel. Pero meron po mga pasahero na hindi po tech savvy, so ang ginagawa natin, we still distribute yung ating mga hard copies ng declaration forms. Kapag hindi pa rin po nakapagdeklara or nakapag-fill up ang pasahero, before we clear them for exit, we give them a last opportunity to declare. Kahit nga po na mark X yung bagahe, syempre baka nakalimutan, so we ask them if there is anything to declare dahil naiintindihan po natin that there are really some instances that it's level of assistance sa mga pasahero natin. Hindi din po namin kasi malalaman po ano po yung tax privileges na pwedeng i-enjoy ng returning na Filipino unless we conduct verification. Kaya po pag meron tayong nakita sa x-ray machines natin, they are subjected in the customs link for verification in the presence po ng pasahero. In this particular instance, hindi po nakapag-fill up ang ating returning Filipino ng declaration form, both on the online platform as well as in the hard copy na dinedistribute po ito sa loob pa lang ng aeroplano. So, binigyan po namin ng oportunidad para makapag-fill up ang ating pasahero. Unfortunately, we have to rely on that document kasi this is a legal document po. And wrong information that is put there has legal implications. Strictly speaking nga po, ang hindi pa lang pag-fill up at yung attempt to go through customs is already by itself, no? On its own a violation. Pero hindi na po natin ito, we were not strict about it kasi nga po naiintindihan natin. We have to rely on the declaration of the passenger. Ang nakalagay po dito is that hindi po OFW. But rather a resident, no, ang nakalagay. Hindi po rin for employment purposes ang diniklara ng ating pasahero. Nakapag-provide po kami ng kopya ng ating declaration form that was filled up by the passenger. Ang nakalagay po is that the purpose of travel is vacation. Meron po kasi tayo in the boxes, business, vacation, study, at others na kailangan po natin i-fill up. Kapag din po kasi na ating pasahero na returning passenger is a overseas Filipino workers, they must be, of course, the holders of valid passports that are issued by the Department of Foreign Affairs and certified po dapat ng Department of Labor and Employment or the Philippine Overseas Employment Administration. So kailangan din po itong mapresenta. Unang-una, kailangan na dun sa declaration form ng customs ay nakasulat po or tinik yung box na OFW. Otherwise, hindi po namin din malalaman. So that is why we have to clarify and ask these questions as well, which was done by our customs officers. So dito sa particular incident, if I may, sir, no? Kasi bawal po actually ang paglilipat ng laman ng bagahe habang dumaraan po tayo sa customs clearance. Mula po second floor, pagkatapos pa lang ng immigration area, kung saan natin ini-x-ray yung hand carry, and then kukunin natin po yung check-in luggage sa carousel, sa baggage carousel, hindi po pwede dapat na binubuksan at nililipat kasi it will be difficult for our customs examiners to check. Pag ganito po kasi red flag na po ito based on the parameters and training and in the manual of Airport Operations Division ng Bureau of Customs po. In this particular incident, the passenger was transferring items from one bag to the other. Ang ginawa po ng ating intelligence service ng customs is we just simply reminded the passenger to refrain. At dito pa lang po, these are facts naman po, the passenger was already irate. Ito po yung naka-trigger, no, na medyo nagalit yung pasahero when it was politely communicated at ni-remind mo to refrain from doing this. Nung dumating na po sa arrival lane, magkasunod lang po ito from the carousel, medyo hostile lang po yung ating pasahero towards our duty customs personnel, mga lane examiners po natin. Nung ginanong po siya, kung meron po siyang accomplished na customs baggage declaration form or yung QR code na generate po ba sa e-travel, wala po. Kaya fill up po tayo ng hard copy, yun po yung sinasabi ko kanina. Andito po sa incident report na yung sa deklarasyon, wala po siya. Meron po kasi yan na dapat na nakatake na box. This is in the general declaration, item number 9, mobile phones, handheld radios, and similar gadgets, etc. Kailangan po yes kapag meron po tayo dala. Unfortunately, ang nakatick din po sa declaration form is no. So kaya po, po kasi kapag napaliwanag naman po ng pasahero kung ano yung kanyang totoong status as a returning Filipino, then wala pong problema. I think what would have been desirable na sitwasyon nga po is that if there are questions about it, nandun naman po yung ating mga customs examiners na handang ipaliwanag sa kanya. In fact, at the very beginning po, in-explain sa kanya ng ating customs personnel kung ano po yung kanyang rights and privileges. Ako.
Paano natin re-reconcile itong 10,000 down? Ito yun, ito yung binabanggit ko sa inyo. Kasi what we're trying to do is to solve the problem when it escalates into a viral video, which will not give any one of us a chance to go through all these explanations. And kaagad, ano na yan eh, you have a problem that cannot be resolved by simply explaining this because you will not be given time. And kaya ako pumunta rito, as I promised Commissioner Michael, kasi ano sa messaging natin tayo may problema eh. Sir, I understand very well the technicalities of all these explanations, but can you find a way in a situation like this wherein you will be given the chance to explain all this and convince the people that ito ay tama? That doon kasi tayo nagkakaproblema eh. Sir, from the perspective, kasi ex-OFW siya. Ex. So, ito kasi yung problem na we have to solve. Naiintindihan ko na sinunod nyo lahat, even ito ang standard na itong bansa. But from the perspective of an OFW, ex-OFW, whatever, bumiyahe ka ng matagal, and tapos, ang contentious issue ay isang Oppo na cellphone at saka isang lumang iPhone. Kailangan nating paano mo ipapaliwanag, paano mo itatapat lahat itong technicalities na to doon. Then, you will have a problem. That's why, let's find a solution dito. Pagdating sa messaging, kasi sir, believe me, kahit na anong ipaliwanag nyo sa ganito, nakita nyo naman yung reaction ng tao. And that's why I'm here.
If I may, admin, actually, we go above and beyond what is required at ini-explain po namin. The passenger, alam niya po.
Rito, kasi from your perspective, na-explain nyo, but hindi sila naiintindihan.
In this particular incident, in-explain po sa kanya.
Oh, I know.
And sa lahat po ng mga dumarating, in-explain po sa
Let me tell you,
kanila.
I have been handling messaging for quite a number of years. Yung pong messaging nyo ay hindi nila naiintindihan. Maniwala na ako, nandito po ako para tumulong, hindi para makipag-debate. Pero pagdating dito sa parte na to, tingnan nyo yung perspective niya. Kahit na ano pang sabihin, meron siyang uwi. Ang dala niya, isang napaka-low end na Oppo at saka isang lumang iPhone. Sir, paano mo ngayong ibabangga yun? So that we have to find a way on how to explain this which is digestible to the perspective of an OFW or an ex-OFW. Mahirap nilang maintindihan to. Tingnan nyo naman ang nangyari, di ba? Walang opinion dito. Magkakalat na to ng opinion eh. It's going to be uncontrollable. And there will be others who will be joining in the fray na maggagatong, and magpapatong-patong and then you have a new problem. Kasi nga, I hope that you understand where I'm coming from.
Of course.
No, yung ngayon kasi the landscape of communication has put us all in a situation wherein may explanations of all technicalities ay hindi na maibibigay sa atin kapag ganito nangyari. Hindi po ba? Naiintindihan ko yung sinasabi ninyo. And I've been handling OFWs for quite a number of years. Hindi po nila yan Una, there will be resistance. Kasi ang problema nga natin, na mahihipit tayo kapag ito ay in-expose. So, my point is, let us find a way kung paano ito maipapaliwanag na ang ating pinanggagalingang perspektibo ay mula sa kanyang mata.
Ang nakakapagtaka din po, naiintindihan po namin, maraming salamat din po sa suporta, sir, no, at sa inyong tulong sa amin para maklarify ito para sa ating OFWs. Of course, we recognize their contribution to us, no? But the thing is, sa libo-libo po ng mga OFWs na dumarating every week, wala pong problema, sir. Kasi nga po, naintindihan namin that there is difficulty in digesting para maintindihan yun. Napaka-technical na bagay. So kaya po sa lane pa lang, nag-uusap po, ini-explain po ito ng lane examiners.
Yes, so how do we reconcile this? From their point of view kasi, ang dala-dala ko, napakalumang gamit. So paano kayo natin ipo-formulate yun na i-reconcile natin to sa rules na ito?
Hindi naman po siya pinagbayad, kaya lang po, kailangan po siyang tanungin. Kasi po...
Okay, but sir, tingnan mo anong nangyari. Diba, ang piniprevent nga natin, yung umabot sa ganito. Kasi nagkakaroon tayo ng problema na ang hirap nang i-handle. Diba? So that's the point wherein I want to solve it. And it cannot be solved by a lengthy explanations. Kasi ito na, nakaharap na tayo sa ganito. Diba? Tapos, kinu-crucify ang Bureau of Customs. It's a dami po nun. Paano nyo papaliwanag yung? Kaya, we need to find a way na maipapaliw kasi, sir, hindi talaga sila ganyan mag-communicate. To give you an example, we built the OFW Lounge. No? Ang design ng OFW Lounge, ang buong perspektibo mula sa kanyang mata. Hindi ito business class na pangkaraniwan nating alam. Dito, it's really tailor-fit for the way an OFW behaves and thinks. Ito, believe me, I am with you dito. Kaya ako nagpunta rito eh. Kailangan natin iterno sa kanyang pangunawa na hindi kita hinaharas. So, ito yung mga recommendations. So, probably we can come up with an additional manner of explaining. Kasi ito yung gusto ko kasing ma-solve natin. Paano ba natin ipapaliwanag to? Kung ang dala-dala mo ay opo na ang halaga, yung sa 6,000, yung isa ay 1,800 dirhams. So, parang mga ano to eh. 20 o no?
So, actually nga po doon, naintindihan ko yung punto ninyo. Na, tama po kayo on everything. That is why ang policy po natin dito talaga is to take the time to explain it to passengers. For this particular incident, yun naman po talaga din ang nangyari. Nung sinabihan na po siya, kasi bawal din po talaga na kuhanan ng video, no? So there was a conversation even after that. Our customs examiners politely explained it to the passenger.
Sir, may I singit ko lang dyan. Ito pa yung, even when I started working with the people of OWA, most of the time, they have a definition of polite. I told them, hindi, kung paano nyo ako makipag-usap sa OFW, it goes way, way beyond the definition of polite by the government. But, hindi sila nagagat sa akin. Isn't that a puzzle to everyone? Sila talagang lahat ng reglamento kung paano maging. Ako hindi, sasabihan ko pa yan ng bruha, gato, but hindi sila nagagalit eh. So, ito yung inaalay ko, ino-offer sa inyo because there is a way to talk to people with very complicated matters like this. What am I trying to prevent? Magkasama tayo sa gobyerno. And lagi, pagkakambal tayo eh. Kasi lagi kaming may kasamang OFW. If we stick to this manner of explaining, laging nagkakaroon ng ganito. Lagi yan. Na, kasi kailangan nating mag-formulate. Let's work together on the messaging. And ito ang tingnan natin, yung paano mo bang mapapaliwanag sa kanya. For example, ito, kasi parang ang intindi ko dito, mag-a-ad valorem ba tayo pagdating dito sa kanyang cellphone? Na 20%, ganun ba ito?
Actually, the way that I explained it to you was technical. Pero in the lane, hindi po ganun.
Okay.
No? Very
So,
simple lang.
tingnan niyo.
Very simple
So,
lang yung explanation.
Doon sa
Yung
haba,
maiintindihan po talaga ng
sir, maniwala kayo dito.
ng
Hindi niya
tao.
tatanggapin yun. Ilang taon ko nang kausap yung mga yan. Kapag ka ganun na ang level ng usapan, hindi niya mo tatanggapin. Ang problema nga ho natin, ini-expose tayong lahat sa public opinion. Yun ho yung aking pinipresent. Kasi wala na tayong, wala na kayong chance. Di ba? And I share the sentiments ng pag basta sinabi lang, hindi, tama kami. And then another case will come. And then anong gagawin natin?
What do you suggest?
Kaya nga, let's meet on how this can be explained sa lingwahe nila. Sa lingwahe nila. Siguro, gumawa tayo pa ng... Ito lang sir, ito kasi hindi ko masyado maintindihan paano susolvin eh. Kasi talagang mahirap ipaliwanag. Kunyari may dala-dala kang telepono, which alam nyo naman yung mga yan. Laging ang grand prize niya na iuwi ay isang telepono. Sundan nyo na ako rito ha, kasi emotional ito sa kanila eh. Lalo na kung magpapasalubong. Di ba paulit-ulit siya sinasabi? Bawal pala magpasalubong. Kailangan natin pakinggan yun eh. Kasi sa kanya, ang sentimiento niya, magpapasalubong siya. Yung hindi natin pwedeng baliwalain yung bagamat hindi siya tumutugma sa reglamento natin, hindi natin pwedeng baliwalain yung nararamdaman niyang ganun. Kasi maraming sasang-ayon sa kanya.
Tama po kayo,
diba?
no? Hindi po natin binaliwala. Kaya nga po yung pag-handle natin dito sa pero hindi din po namin kontrolado at sa totoo lang mali din po talaga ang pag-handle niya. And I think she should also take responsibility dahil she was told that she cannot take a video of this pero ni-live stream niya. And then it was several hours after nang pinost po ito online. And there are several inaccuracies from her account versus what really happened. No, we chose not to talk about the technicalities after kasi alam naman po namin na hindi po siya palpable, hindi po siya madaling intindihin ng ating tao. Pero yung kanya pong mga sinabi at baka na-communicate sa inyo admin ay hindi rin po talaga entirely accurate. Kaya po nilagay natin yung ating yung sa incident report.
Sir, believe me, I get the share of inaccurate information every day. Remember, I handle cases of murder, of abuse. This is what I do every day. Itong hinahandle ng opisina namin every day. And kung napansin nyo, napalitan natin to into pinagsikapan namin yung messaging eh. Kasi nga ho, ang mahihirapan tayo kung sundin mo lahat ng tama, meron siyang mga trigger points na isasara niya ang kanyang isip. So ang gusto kong sikapin, let's work together on an additional way of handling OFWs like this, ex-OFWs. Kasi alam niyo yan, yung papel, lagi siya may sasabihin sa inyo. Lagi siya may sasabihin eh. And sana maunawaan niyo dito. Pag nilabas niya na, sir, paano gagawin yung ahensya? Hindi mo naman maiisa-isang ipaliwanag doon sa mga tao. Diba? Yun yung aking punto na agapan na natin yun. Ngayon, kaya hinihiling ko sa inyo buksan nyo yung pintuan nyo sa akin sinasuggest. Let's come up with a way to explain this kasi may mga trigger points na kaya siya gumaganon. Diba, ilalabas niya na yung cellphone niya. Kasi ang tingin niya, ako ay hinaharas na. So, yun ang kailangan nating i-address eh. And that cannot be addressed by technicalities, nor explanation. There are certain tones, inflections of voices, expressions of faces that will calm them down. Kung ito rin yung sinasabi ko sa OY, ang unang-una kasi kailangan magmukha tayong magkaibigan. Hindi ako kalaban. Alam mo yun? Kasi ganun ang nagkaroon sila ng default eh. Lalo na sa inyo. Ini-inspeksyon ng gamit ko. Eh sa dami ng mga balita, pipick upin niya yun doon. And maiipit kayo. Yun ang pinanggagalingan ko. Tingnan niyo yung nangyari. Umalat at mamaya-maya yan. Tatanungin na tayo ng iba nating leaders, and it will lead to more complex, that will bring us to a complex situation wherein we cannot be given a chance to explain anymore. And even if we will be given the chance to explain, by public opinion, we will be crucified. And paano tayo aandar? Doon po ako nang gagaling. Na-prevent natin to. If it's not working, let's find another way on how to talk to them. Para unang-una tignan nyo kung gaano kaganda tong airport na to. Sa tingin ko, ito na pinapaganda nating airport. And magkakaroon ng ganitong sitwasyon, minsan lahat ng trabaho natin, di ba gumuguho? At nakakapag-inaya. As I told you, we came here to solve problems. And hiling ko na sa inyo, magbuksan nyo yung pintuan sa amin sa ganito kasi ito ang aming ginagawa araw-araw eh.
And of course, no, we're not closing any doors, but rather that's why we provided this information to you so that we can also, at least from yung sa atin po, ma-explain ko sa inyo gaya ng request ninyo kanina is mapag-uusapan natin at ma-clarify ko nga po yung sa tax exemptions ng ating
Isa lang yung
OFWs.
ating kailangan kung paano natin i-handle yung ganun kaliit na item. Paano ba natin i-handle yun na sasabihin siya?
Ganito po sir. Kasi hindi po din talaga pwede, I'm so sorry, na hindi po natin i-examine. Kapag may nakita po sa x-ray machine, batas po yan. Kailangan po talagang buksan yung bagahe.
Sige. Bakit ito sa ibang airport, hindi naman ina-x-ray pa ba talaga?
Mali po yun.
Okay. So,
Kasi nga po, we're trying to follow the best practices, and Clark International Airport and the Port of Clark Bureau of Customs, we really follow all of these prescribed rules. Kasi nga po, nang kagaya ng pinaliwanag ko, hindi lang naman po yung mga cellphone na mga kung tutuusin, tama po kayo, maliit na bagay lang po naman, no? Hindi naman siya ganun kalaki yung impact sa ekonomiya natin or the possible damage. Nevertheless, ito po kami po kasi yung gusto mag-set ng standard. Ngayon, para hindi naman po masyadong stricto, naglagay po kami meron po kaming maraming initiatives, no? So, in fact, yung first batch namin, kakatapos lang po ng training. Hindi po ito kailangan ng ating Filipino Brand of Service with the Department of Tourism. Ang per Airport Operations Division Manual din po kasi, sir, no? Para lang din sa ating kaalaman, ang customs officers are trained and are supposed to refrain from being too friendly. Dahil po sa profiling natin ng mga pasahero at lahat po ito mapapilipino man o dayuhan, makikita po natin kasi sa body language din kapag meron silang possible na gagawin na paglabag ng batas. So yun din po kailangan naming balansehin. And to be able to balance it, tinatanong po talaga natin, no? In fact, may mga returning po tayo, may mga OFW tayo na kahit hindi po kailangan na tanungin, OFW po, ma'am, welcome back, welcome home. No? So meron tayong ganyan na spiel ng ating customs examiners.
dito po ba doon sa dalawang cellphones, ano po bang dapat nangyari?
Ito po, wala, i-check lang po. Kasi nga po, unang-una naglilipad siya ng gamit. Sinabihan po siya na bawal po ito. Bukod doon, sa x-ray pa lang sa taas, pag meron po kasi talagang hindi po tayo pwedeng selective kasi sa ating pag-apply po ng rules. Kahit ako po dumating sa kahit anong airport, I am subject to customs examination. So it's just simply verification, kagaya na sinabi ko, na pag meron pong tayo na nakita sa x-ray machine, titingnan lang po ng ating customs examiner. At habang ginagawa po ito, just like na in-explain, this is the reason why Hindi po technical, hindi po nagsasite ng anong provision po, hindi binabasahan ng ano. Doon po sa language na naiintindihan, mauunawaan ng ating
Pero sir, clearly it was not understood kasi rinig na rinig sa video na binanggit na sa 100,000 cellphone.
kasi tinatanong po kung magkano yung value.
Okay,
So
pero
para
sa-
ma-determine po natin kung yung sa tax exemption na sinasabi
Kaya nga,
natin
sir,
kanina.
I watched the video. It was readily mentioned. Oh, 100,000 na.
Mm.
See, so maiipit.
I think po kasi the entire thing was not captured, no? And naturally, I'll be very honest din with you, hindi po maganda ang paging communicated na ating pasahero, no? Hindi naman din po manipis ang balat ng ating mga, of course, it comes with public service, sanay na po ang mga tao natin sa customs siya. Napaka-pasensyoso po ng ating lane examiners. We do not take it personally yung mga ganito po na bagay, pero of course, no, when very hostile po yung tao, talagang magtatanong din po yung yung ating customs examiner.
Dapat doon sa dalawang cellphones? Ano ba ang...
Did we collect anything? Nothing, right?
Pero
Pero
ano
ang
ba
ginawa
yung-
lang po natin
ano ba
is
yung dapat
tinanong.
gawin?
Kung pasok po siya sa exemption, then hindi po siya Pero how will we know po kung hindi namin tatanungin kung magkano yung value? Doon po siya umiikot. At ginawa po ng ating customs examiner, hindi po siya captured, and then even after nung pinapatay po yung pagla-livestream, na again, bawal po sa batas, continuous po yung explanation. At pagkakaintindi namin is that at least, no, this is what was relayed to me by our personnel there on site, is that she understood when she left, no? Kinausap po siya ng isang local natin na empleyado. Hindi ko na po maintindihan kasi hindi po ako Kapampangan, pero nag-usap po sila sa kanilang sariling lengguwahe at naunawaan naman po ito ng ating pasahero. Nakakalungkot lang na it was presented in a different light. And ito po factual lang po, no? Hindi dahil we are upset or we are hurt about it, but hindi po inaccurate na yung pagkapresenta ng information on social media. No?
Sir,
So for that,
is where
I
I'm
think-
coming from.
For that, I think, kailangan din po na meron din pong accountability on the part of the passenger. This is just between you and me, admin, no?
Believe me, sir. Believe me.
And yun din po siguro yung maganda na tulong po na mahihingi namin sa inyo na
Magka-careful tayo doon.
masabihan po sila.
Magka-careful tayo doon dahil kami na we found a way now to handle yung kanilang ganyan. We found a way. Kaya nga, ang laki na ng nabawas. Kaya lang, ang sinasabi ko nga, tayo kailangan din natin yung trabaho para.
Yes, sir.
And that's sort of it.
Meron tayo flight na. Sayang we missed the flight, no? That's why we requested 10 a.m. Kasi meron pong dating para talagang mag-simulate tayo ng arrival. Meron ngayon. Oh, kasi sir, no, yung sa suggestion ninyo, maraming salamat, pero it is already being implemented. Kaya po talaga wala tayong complaints dito sa Clark from our OFWs. So since I assume kailan ba ako na-assign, no? From a different collection district last September, August, towards the end of August, we have made all of these improvements at nabigay po rin namin ng mga updates at iba't ibang iba't ibang authorities at partner agencies natin dito sa ating area of responsibility. We keep them abreast kung ano po yung initiatives natin and even our main office so that we can set the standard ng best practices gaya na sabi namin. So, every instance, every incident, our customs examiners are there. We have deployed yung mga tinatawag natin ng mga flight supervisors na pag meron pong dumami na masyado ang pasahero sa queue, lalapitan po sila. Parang customer service providers po natin. Clark has that. Customs Clark has this. Kaya po pag tinignan natin ng ratio, number of passengers, and 24/7 operations ng airport, there are no other incidents such as this. Kung meron man po na mga natatanggap natin na reklamo, this is from non-English speakers. So ang ginawa po natin, we have very strong relationships with their associations kasi para maintindihan din po nila na ito naman lang yung we simplify the explanation of the rules. In fact, mapakita natin sa inyo yung kiosks po na nilagay natin. Clark lang po na customs ang meron ganyan. Na video siya, it is in different languages. There is even Korean in it, there is Japanese, and there is also Mandarin. No, for ease of kasi they also do not use alphabet, so we cannot expect them to properly be able to fill up the declaration form. And kapag meron po tayong senior citizens, meron po tayong customs examiners na lumalapit din po. And 24/7 yan, every time there is a flight, lahat po, and ito po siguro yung nagiging comparison. Bakit sa ibang airport, bakit dito po sa CAR? Kasi nga po hindi na dahil napaka-stricto natin, but we are really trying to go for best practices. So that's why we have deployed all of these people. We have gone above and beyond na para maganda po yung passenger experience. Gaya ng sinabi ninyo, napakaganda ng ating facility. Lahat po ito, sinasabayan natin yung iba't ibang ahensya dito para best foot forward po tayo for our area of responsibility.
So, this will affect, as I've said, sinusulong natin lahat na improve. Isang magkaroon ka ng ganito, magiging reference sila lagi ito. If there are things that resembles it, even if it's not accurate.
Yes.
Yun yung aking point out. Kasi nga, nakita ko pa na nag-post na naman siya after eh. Kaya nga, tinawagan sabi ko sa kanya, ako na lang ako kausapin mo. Kaysa sagot ka ng sagot sa lahat ng mga who was jumping in to the fray. Anyway, nabanggit na naman namin kung ano yung aming pakay.
Thank you.
Ang talagang nag-iisip lang ako kung paano ko may papaliwanag pagdating dito sa ganitong mga ano po ba ang pinakamaganda nating magawa kapag ang inuuwi niya kagaya nito, alam niyo yung Oppo pag na second hand, paano na ano ba yung kailangan niya magawa?
Ganito po, walang problema, pero hindi po
ba
sana
babayaran siya?
Wala po, hindi po sana lang magalit kapag tinatanong po natin at pinapaliwanag. Unfortunately, hindi rin po kasi bukas ang isip ng ating pasahero nung ito'y pinapaliwanag sa kanya ng customs officers natin. And we rely, gaya nga po ng sinabi namin, we have to rely on yung declaration po. There are penalties for improper declaration. Ito patas po kasi. At hindi naman po namin malalaman itong mga facts na ito unless nandito po sa deklarasyon. We were very